Hello. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of the first park I built in Planet Coaster Console Edition. It's a pirate-themed mini-land with 2 flat rides and an expansive triple launch coaster. There are plenty of theme shops and places to grab snacks, sights to take in, you know the drill. Then I'll be breaking down how the build went and what I learned along the way. As this was my first build, and I had pretty little experience with the game outside of touring many of your incredible parks on YouTube, this did end up taking me quite a bit of time. I'm not sure about an hour total, but I found myself working on it for an hour or two at a time before work and on weekends for probably a little over a month. While not a perfect result by any stretch of the imagination, I'm happy with how it came out, and I learned so much in the process. Alright, that's enough of you roll, let's get to the park. Welcome to Treasure Cove. Here is the entrance to the park. I used a pre-made piece, so we're already off to a great start. And I plopped it down right at the main entrance of the sandbox here. Something that's just crazy about this game in general to me is the scale. As you can see, the pieces are massive relative to the people, and I do think that's pretty cool and whimsical, but in real life, I'm not sure everything would be made like Las Vegas scale. So we walk in, and this is really meant to be more of a singular land as opposed to a whole theme park. I think in the Planet Coaster community, you might call this a mini park. It's a single land with 3 little subdivisions. As you walk in, you can see the main event here, which is a swinging ship across a skull rock. You can kind of see the roller coaster loop. This is a hard angle to see it from, but there's a roller coaster loop that goes right around that main skull feature, and there's a swinging ship. I thought it would be something really visual, and I also wanted to incorporate the mountain throughout the whole land. I didn't want it to seem like, well, there's a mountain because it's a centerpiece. I wanted it to be integrated. Let's get a closer look. I did actually make this mountain here with all singular rock pieces, as you can probably see, and that was a pain in the butt, but I do think it ended up looking pretty cool. I'm happy with it, and I think it also looks cool because it does match this center skull piece here. So that is a nice little feature. The land itself, from the overview, as you can see, is fairly spread out, and it's all built around water. It's something I like in a theme park. So there's 3 main rides. This middle section here is kind of like the hub for the park. This is kind of like a little kid lagoon, if you will. So there's a new water feature here, and this is before I actually got all the expansions in the game. So if I'd fully finished this was meant to actually be a waterfall right here, not just a little archway. Although I do like the archway, I think that's cool too. But as you can see, it has a little whirly rig set up here. We'll get to that in a second. There's an eatery here. It's supposed to be like frozen treats, smoothies, ice cream, you name it. Something fun for the kiddos. You come across the way, this is how you get on the pirate ship ride. And then down here is actually the area for the roller coaster. I wanted to keep it a little bit away from the mainland, just because I figured it would be a big crowd attractor. I also wanted it to feel like an adventure of its own, if that makes any sense. So keeping the ride in its own area. And as you can see, it's a pretty sprawling layout. The idea was to have the roller coaster kind of encompass the land. I don't know if you've ever been to Las Vegas, but the New York Hotel has a roller coaster, and it goes around the whole property, almost like California Adventure in a way. Like the majority of Paradise Pier is centered around the roller coaster. I wanted to do something like that on a pretty massive scale. And then on the left, there's a little shopping area like New Orleans Square at Disneyland. Like I said, poor man, we're learning. This is the first build. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's try and see what a good shot we can get with in-person view. All right, cool. So we've just entered, and here's the main lake. As you can see, I went around and I used the fencing to try to close the gap. I haven't found a good way yet to get the land to hug up exactly against the paths, and I'm not sure, maybe there isn't a way to do that, but I do think this fencing added a lot. If we're going to the right here, something I've noticed in most theme parks is that all the guest services are right near the entrance of a land or right near the entrance of the park. So I did something no different here. This is my little bathroom building, I believe. It's been a minute. So you head down here. It's all these pretty dangly lights. And yeah, it's all the guest services. So, sorry, there's first aid. Got a bathroom. We got a staff room. And we have an ATM. All the things you might need. Oh, here comes the pirate. Watch out. Okay. Give you a better shot of this building right here. This is the first building I actually ever made in Planet Coaster. I would definitely change things about it now, but was pretty stoked on it when I first did it. Moving right along here. Hello. Cool glasses. So as stated earlier, this is where you would go into the little kid land. And yeah, let's go through this way. We'll make a loop. So everything in here was meant to be pretty easy to navigate without it being kind of like a blob, if that makes sense. I like having direct paths as opposed to just a bunch of really big paths. I also don't really like the windy path layout, so most things here are pretty much a loop. We head over here, and here's the Whirly rig. It's actually a pretty popular attraction. You know, maybe that's because we only have 3 rides, or maybe it's just because it's cool, but I actually did spend quite a bit of time on this queue, and I think it's super cute, especially for a ride like this. We'll head through a little bit here. Excuse me. Yep, went pretty ham with all these pirate decorations here. As you can see, have a little scene with all these goodies. Man, that fruit looks yummy. Okay. Head around the corner here. Oh man, sorry, it's a little jumpy. And I have a second scene over here. I originally tried to make it over water and that didn't quite work out, but I do think this is pretty cool. I like that even though it's a little kid land, we still have attention to detail on the queue. You know, when you go to Fantasyland, a lot of those queues are just windy back and forth, and I think that can be a drag. So yeah, try to make something a little bit special. Oh, let's go and let's hop on this thing. Get a quick view of the ride. Go back to guest facing, and there we go. You can look out and see what it looks like if you were a guest on the ride. It's pretty cute. I think there's a good view. I like seeing that swinging ship in the background, and hopefully we'll see the coaster at some point. Oh, there it is. I don't even see it at the top right, but I do enjoy that. I know it's cool to have enclosed rides, but I do enjoy when you can see the whole thing. Oh, looks like that's it. Cool. We would actually pop out the entrance right here. And as you can see, the mountain has continued in this area. This actually will link all the way up to that main center rock. Now over here we have a meet and greet area. As we saw, the pirate was just going back to take a nap or whatever he does on his break. But this is a fun little area, I think, for the fans to meet the pirate. This is a cute little project I was pretty happy with. I wanted to make little tropical huts over water, and I think it came out okay. You know, once again, there's things I would change about it, but I do really love all the twinkling lights. I think that's a really nice feature. You head up here, and you know, there's tons of places to sit, get a nice treat and cool off, and I think this is also another kind of cool view. Everything is pretty lush here. There's a lot of water. You could look up and you could see the roller coaster come by. You can watch the Whirly rig. I just wanted to keep it pretty visual. And that's kind of it for this segment. I'll show you what it looks like at night because I do think it looks kind of cool. Let's see here. Oh. Let's go. Nice. Here's the nighttime view. I wanted to do something kind of, I don't know if spooky is the right word, but just light didn't seem right. I wanted it to be dim and glowy, so I used a lot of green hues through the water, as you can see, and I think that looks super cool on the rocks. And using all these tiki torches to stay in theme. And you can see a little bit of the green even in the pirate ship up there. There's the guests in the queue. Nice and dim, but not, if that makes sense. Very like Pirates of the Caribbean style lighting. That's what I was going for, and the Whirly rig, of course. We'll move across. There's some light here. Oh, here we go. We got the pirate. Look at him shooting his confetti gun. Love that. And no one cares. And yeah, like I was saying, I think these twinkling lights came out really cute. I love all the lanterns, and actually did these palm trees as a little nod to In-N-Out. I didn't do quite the cross palm tree thing, but that was sort of my inspiration for this, in addition to it just, you know, by nature being a tropical land. So moving right along across the walkway here. I went pretty ham with these bushes and trees once again because I really wanted it to feel like you are in a tropical paradise. I don't know if you've ever been to Hawaii or like Riviera Maya in Mexico, but in the Caribbean, all those tropical places, I wanted to feel really lush. I think this is kind of a cool shot if you're looking out. I've never seen any of the guests stand by the edge here, but you know, if they did, they could take in a really great view, I think, of the land. Oh no, here we go. So there's the pirate ship entrance. Let's take it for a spin. Head through here. So once again, there's not as much story element, but this is the first queue I ever like really tried to make, and I think for the most part the rocks look pretty good. I think I missed a little segment there, but that's all right. Okay, there's a little bit of a scene that you can't see. You know. You live and you learn. Here we go. So we go up the stairs. And now we're up on the first half of the mountain, and here's a swinging ship. Oh, it's going. Let's take a spin on it. Woo! Let's go, baby. So if you look to the left, you can see the roller coaster and the primary skull rock. Oh wow, look at that! That's sick. Cool, and we look to the right. And we got a dude with a sick haircut. And the rest of the park. Yeah, you get some pretty cool views on this thing. Alright. Before we get too sick. Here we go. I head down this way, this is the exit. It's basically an identical path to the queue, symmetrical. Head back into the cave, and we are out back into the main area again. Moving right along, let's save the roller coaster for last because that's definitely the best thing in the park. So over here is a little eatery, and this might actually be my most proud thing in this park, is this cute little area. I thought right here specifically came out very Disneyland-esque. Reminds me of New Orleans Square, kind of where you go get the mint julep. I love that no one is taking use of my cute area, but it is cute and awesome. So here's like a little eatery. As you can see, there's a couple different shops guests can go into, get a drink. Looks like a lot of people are taking advantage of that. They must be thirsty today. And if, oh my gosh, sit down, sit down. Yes, yes. That's right, this guy gets it. Yeah, that's a guy, I think. Yeah. Getting a donut, balloon, got his sunglasses on and his flippy floppies. He is ready to party. It is amazing. What a day. Hello, sir. Okay, moving right along. This building is hideous. I don't know what I was thinking on it, to be honest with you, but it is a building. I hate this color. It's a donut shop. That's all I'm going to say about that. Here we go. It's an info stall so you can get your fast pass to go on the main roller coaster. Oh, I didn't even say what the name of the rides were. My goodness. Well, we'll go back and do that. And then back here, I think is actually really cute. I like the Spanish tile home. I think this little pirate guy standing in the background's cool. And I like walking through the arches. I think that's fun. So yeah, this is just a little souvenir area. People taking advantage of it. Heading out back here. And this is, I believe, a coffee shop. Yep, the biggest coffee shop you may have ever seen. But you know, it's a theme park. You gotta operate for high capacity. And then this is just like a really, I think, beautiful path right here. That's actually the little island area where the roller coaster is. So we'll head back around here. Now let's go up to the front. I said I would tell you what the rides names are so far, so let's do that. Whirly rig is called the Guppy Wheel. How cute. Love that. Love the Guppy Wheel. And then over here This is the high seas. Great. Love that. Staying in the pirate theme. And let's just take this land in, this main area in at night and see what we got. Cool. Nice. Like it. It's very Pirates of the Caribbean lighting again. Yellows and dim. Very cool. I like all the little street lights here. It's very cute, you know? I think this is a cute little area. Got a building here, lots of light. Let's go to the bathroom because that's important. Dim lighting in the caves. That does look really cool right here. Nice and dark. It's like, yeah, feels authentic. Yeah, the cave feels really nice with all this lighting. I think that looks good. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's look at the skull. Look at that. It's got that cool green hue again. Lots of green everywhere. We do like that. Oh wow. And yeah, let's just do an overhead shot. So lots of green on the roller coaster itself. And yeah, let's get to it. The part we've all been waiting for. I think for a first roller coaster, it's actually a pretty cool ride. So I hope you like it. We're gonna go here up on this bridge, which takes us through this pretzel loop feature, which I think is, oh cool. Let's wait for it. Oh, here it comes. Whoa! This is one of those unintentional things that ended up working out being pretty cool. I built a bridge to the land to get to the land, and I was able to work a feature of the ride over it, which I think is fun. Oh, I do love this shot right here. I think this is cute. Nice little bendy trees heading down into the pirate area. We have a little pirate band here for entertainment when you walk in. Love this song. Let's go. Get it. Get it, you little robot. Monkey. Love that. Okay, cool. Here we go. I think this ride is called the Curse of Skull Rock. Let's do this thing. Let's get in the queue. Wow, it's not out the door. That's surprising, but also positive. There have been many moments in this game where the queue is literally out the door. Oh, here comes some people. The idea behind it was just wanted you to feel like you were starting the story in line because I anticipated the lines being fairly long. So as you can see, we're entering into the pirate's lair, if you will. They're preparing for their journey. This is the quick queue on the left. We'll take the regular queue. I think most people are doing because they don't want to spend $20 on a wristband. I don't blame you. Although my wife and I recently did that at Disneyland, and it did make our day pretty enjoyable. I think if you can afford it, and it's a busy day, it's probably worth it, because we went on a very busy day. We went on Thanksgiving, which is her birthday. Anyway, there's a scene here at the little pirate and all those little buckets and whatnot. More buckets and lifting thingamabobs and ladders and all that. Yeah, we're moving along right here. Here we go. More buckets and trees, and we're weaving our way through the building. I think is pretty cool. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I like these little barrel things. Well, I can feel it on my controller. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. I just got an Xbox Series X, and everything is new and amazing. Here you go, another pirate thing. Good overhead shot. So you can see there are some bell towers and some people hanging out over here. As you can see, we got a prisoner, and we got people shooting guns and whatnot. Pretty cool. I think as far as queues go, I wouldn't mind standing in this one for an hour. I don't know if I like standing in a queue for any ride for more than an hour. Alright, this is where the quick queue meets up. We'll just backtrack. See, it just runs up and down the side from the beginning. So I feel like you would save a lot of time considering there's no one in this queue. But yeah, these are my people giving me extra money for the park. That's great. So we move up the stairs. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do this. Here we go. Move up the stairs, and we found the ride. The Curse of Skull Rock. All right, here comes a car ready for us right here. These are the stats on the ride. I've yet to make a roller coaster over 6. That's a lie. I've yet to make a long roller coaster over 6. But that's not really the point. I just wanted to make a fun ride, and I like the style of seat. Okay, let's get on it. Let's start with the front bumper view, and then we'll try a couple different other POVs. Here we go. We're off. Nice. Yeah, that's a pretty fun ride. I was kind of trying to do something almost Velocicoaster-esque, but I guess more spread out, less compact, if you will. I think we can try and catch the other train here. Let's get in. Let's get in the back. Try it out. Here we go. Woo! The brake run. Let's sit here. Let's run in the front at night. Why not? Here we go. Very cool. That is the ride. Let's and it's broken down. We have perfect timing. Good job, everyone. So we're actually gonna head down here. This exit will dump you into a gift shop. Not sure how many times you remember being dumped into a gift shop, but I am no different. Give me your money. Let's go at this theme park. And you'll walk back this way, and here we go, on our way out. Get a little good look at this area at night. I think the queue is actually really cute at night too. Let's see. As we watch the mass exodus of people leaving because of it being broken down. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty cool at night. It's cool to be a part of the different scenes in the area. Yeah, it's essentially the park. Or the land. One final thought on this coaster is I do really love how it is integrated throughout the park. See, you have a moment where it spurts out here. It has its own main area back here with the primary launch. It's got the loop around the main hub of the park, and then you can even see it in the skyline and encompassing around the little kid area, the subdivision of the park. I think this would be a super fun land in any park. I would love it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now onto the what I learned segment of this video. If you're an advanced builder, you probably know all these things, but if you're new to the game like I was, I think this is going to be very helpful. So here we go. Number one, the scale of this game is massive, and it's really easy to fall into a sprawling layout like I did. It'll save you time and probably add to the overall realism of your park if you give yourself boundaries out of the gate. I wish this park was half the size. I wouldn't have needed as many shops and scenery pieces if I had scaled it down. I definitely could have achieved the same thing on a much smaller scale. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Universal Studios in Hollywood, but if you have, you'll notice that the entire park is incredibly dense and packed in. But contrary to what you might think, it really does add to the realism because you're just encompassed with stimulus the whole time. Second, I would place the rides down first just to see how it's all looking. In this, I think my rides are maybe a little bit spread out. I do think that makes the land feel more expansive and massive, but like I said, in hindsight, I think things in general should have been closer together. So starting with the 3 rides you're gonna make inside of your blueprint can give you a much better idea of like, okay, these are where the shops need to go. This is the kind of pathing I need to do. 3, water was kind of a tricky thing for me. I remember starting by building the lake, but then I couldn't build a path up to the edge like I liked. So unless you're trying to build a bridge over water, it's better to lay the path first and then go in with the terrain tool and dig it all out. That'll give you a closer contour to the path, and if there's a much better way to get right up on the path, please let me know. 4th, the terraforming tool is your friend. I love the way all these rocks and things came out, but that was a pain in the butt, and you don't need to spend days on end placing rocks individually like I did. In fact, I think with the terrain tool, I probably could have achieved a pretty similar result. And in fact, not only similar, but perhaps a more realistic result. I think the terrain tool, especially with the roughing tool and the chisel tool, can give you some really great results. And 5, with building, I didn't understand how the tool worked. For those of you in the same boat as me who don't know what you're doing, let's just build this. Great. So you're going to pick a piece and you're going to set it down right here as a building. Great. See, now that you've placed a piece, you see in the top right how it says edit building. You're actually making the building. So if you press B, as long as you still see that edit building 68 in the top corner, you're going to stay on that grid. So you can go down and, I don't know, let's find a... I'm gonna go down here and building just to make this a little quicker. Great, let's say we wanted to put this here. I don't know why, but cool. See how it stays on the grid with your current building. Now let me show you where I would get confused. I would go back into this menu and just keep pressing B like an idiot. And so now we're not editing that building, and I would click and I'd be like, well, shoot, where's the grid? Why am I not connected? But there's a really easy way to get back in case you're not clear. All you need to do is click on the piece and see there, it says edit building. You're gonna click that and then you're back into building that building again, and your life is much, much better. Further on this building point, I'm gonna show you right over here. So I didn't know that there was a handy feature to help you start building a building for your roller coaster. And so I went through and I was like really painstakingly trying to line up to the grid these pieces, and there's a much better way. You're gonna click your roller coaster and you're gonna go to that pencil looking tab, and you see right here it says build on station. It'll actually just automatically snap your pieces to the station. I think you can do this for all the sort of free form track rides. You can definitely do it for all the roller coasters and like log flume, that type of thing. But there isn't really a way to do it on the flat rides, at least that I know of, which is a bummer. And I wish they had that feature across all the rides. So on the flat rides, I think you're still lining things up. But with the roller coasters, at least you do have that tip. All right, and that's a wrap on Treasure Cove. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and checking out my first build. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, share it with another Planet Coaster enthusiast, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.